Hello everyone, my name is Mrunal Bhosale. Today I invite you to join me on a very special journey titled Does Ultra Processed Food Fuel a Global Health Crisis? In this project, we dive into the hidden world of food, where simple nutrients like sugar and protein silently reveal profound truths about health, habits, and our future. Let's walk through it together with curiosity, heart, and a little wonder. In the past few decades, the shelves of our stores and our plates have been steadily filled with ultra-processed foods, bright packages, catchy slogans, but underneath a very different reality. Ultra-processed foods are crafted, engineered, often overloaded with sugars, fats, and additives. Meanwhile, natural foods, apples, lentils, fishes, leafy greens stay close to their original form with simpler, cleaner nutrition. But can we actually prove this difference scientifically? Could we, by just looking at nutrition numbers, not packaging, not brand names, distinguish the good from the overprocessed? That was the heart of this journey. This project had four clear missions. First, separate processed and natural foods using only nutrients, no external hints. Second, discover the most telling features, the sugars, proteins, calories, densities that whisper the truth. Third, compare a variety of machine learning models from simple ones to sophisticated ones to find out which hears the nutrients the best. And lastly, imagine how these findings could matter for consumers, policymakers, nutritionists, even for ourselves in making better choices every day. The source of truth was the USDA Food Data Central, a massive database trusted worldwide. It included over 5,000 different foods, everything from candy bars to fresh carrots. Each food was broken down into more than 25 nutrient categories: sugars, fats, fibers, calories, sodium, and more. There were no brands, no advertising, just the raw, clean, unbiased numbers. By working with this data, we gave the models a pure, honest chance to find patterns, not influenced by marketing or trends. Throughout this journey, I turned to a wide range of tools, each shining a light on the story from a different angle. Exploratory data analysis to glimpse the first hidden patterns, principal component analysis to uncover deeper structure, clustering to let foods naturally find their families, decision trees, and random forests to teach models how to classify foods simply and powerfully. Support vector machines to draw sophisticated, flexible decision boundaries, and even regression and association rule mining to explore softer trends and hidden nutrient relationships. Each model added a new piece to the puzzle, revealing more of the secret life of foods. Now that we have set the stage, let's dive deeper and walk through the Life Project website together. This website holds the entire journey from the first raw numbers to the final conclusions. Each tab you see here is a milestone, a step forward in uncovering how nutrition quietly tells stories. Every strong story needs a careful beginning. In the Data Prep tab, I filtered the foods, focusing only on major food groups like fruits, sweets, grains, removing noisy, rare, or mixed items. I selected only the most meaningful nutrients: calories, sugars, fats, fiber, proteins. This was like tuning an instrument, clearing the noise so the real music of the data could emerge. Here in the exploratory data analysis, the first whispers appeared. Simple plots of calories, sugars, and fats already showed sharp contrasts. Ultra-processed foods consistently carried higher sugar loads and more calories per gram. Natural foods remained lighter, simpler, and cleaner. Even without any models, you could feel the divide taking shape. Principal component analysis worked like magic glasses. It reduced high, messy, dimensional data into just a few clean patterns. When I applied PCA, processed and natural foods naturally flew apart into separate clouds. No labels, no human interventions, just nutrients, silently grouping themselves. It proved that signature of processing runs deep, even invisible to the human eye. Clustering lets food divide into their own families. Sugary snacks, candies, sweetened drinks cluster tightly together, almost clinging to one another. Meanwhile, fruits, veggies, and natural proteins formed calm, distant groups. The data, without any instruction, sorted itself into processed and natural, as if following an ancient map written inside its nutrients. Association rule mining revealed secret friendships between nutrients. High sugar foods often came hand in hand with high saturated fats. Foods low in protein were often high in simple carbs. It's these hidden nutrient alliances that explain why processed foods feel so addictive and why natural foods nourish differently. Decision trees acted like gentle interviewers. They asked simple yes or no questions. Is the food high in calories, low in fiber, high in sugar? And with just a few questions, the model could almost always tell processed foods from natural ones. It made the decision making process transparent, simple, and beautiful. Naive Bayes played the odds. It guessed based on probabilities and was impressively fast and lightweight. It handled easy cases like fruit versus candies perfectly, but occasionally stumbled when two foods shared overlapping nutrition profiles. Support vector machines, the real champion of this project, created flexible, curved boundaries between foods. Especially with the RBF kernel, it allowed tiny shifts and curvatures to be respected. This model achieved almost 90% accuracy just from nutrients. It elegantly captured the subtle complexities of real-world food. Regression models helped trace continuous relationships. Calories and fat rise hand in hand. More calories often predict more sugars. It wasn't about classifying foods, it was about seeing how different nutritional properties flow together in a connected ecosystem. Random Forest, which is my final model, built a strong community of decision trees, each voting for the best guess. It confirmed that protein content, calorie density, and fiber were the three most powerful signals. Together, they formed a nearly unbeatable combination for separating the ultra processed from the natural. And that completes the website journey, from raw numbers to deep insights, all hidden inside nutrients we consume every day. Now let's move on to key results and insights. The story the data told was clear and strong. Processed foods carry heavy footprints of sugar, calories, and low fiber. Natural foods stay close to their origins, lighter, simpler, quieter. Machine learning, without seeing a single brand or box, could hear these nutrient songs and classify them with nearly 90% precision. This journey showed that food, something we often take for granted, carries deep stories inside, that even in a world overwhelmed by marketing, colors, and slogans, the truth hides inside the nutrients. Machine learning, used with kindness and wisdom, can help us reconnect with real foods and maybe help shape a healthier, more conscious future. Because in the end, it's not just about data, it's about people, families, and lives. Data doesn't just crunch numbers, it helps tell the human story behind the plates. Thank you so much for walking through this journey with me. If you would like to explore the project even more closely, you're warmly welcome to check out the full website. The link is attached along with this presentation.